Welcome, brothers. I'm JK, founder and head coach at pornography.com, and today I'm going to show you why the enemy of thriving is arriving. Brothers, I was reminded a week ago about the actor Matthew McConaughey, or Matthew McConaughey, however it's pronounced. I believe about 10 years ago, he was accepting the Academy Award, and there was a little story that he told at the end of it, of his acceptance speech. And he said that when he was about 15 years old, somebody came up to him and told him, "Hey, who's your hero?" And he told them, "You know what, I'm not sure. I'll need to get back to you on that." And then he came back to them and he said, "The only hero that I have is myself 10 years from now. It's myself at 25. So he said at 25, that person came back to him and asked him again, "Who's your hero? Are you the person that you want to be?" And he's like, "Not even close." He's like, "Because I've realized that my hero now is me when I'm 35 years old, me 10 years from now." And you guys get the concept that you are never truly arriving. You're always chasing something in the future, which you're never going to reach. And that's the thing that keeps you moving. And I think that's a very important point, a very important concept that can help brothers who are struggling with their reboot. I see a lot of men whose only goal is to end the out of control sexual behavior. In fact, for some of you, it has become almost a religion. You feel that if you could somehow become a master of semen retention, or if you could control your sexual behavior, that everything that you think you want, you're going to have it. And you think that that is the arrival point. And that's unfortunately one of the things that disappoints many men. I used to live in the same place, the same mindset, where I was just like, man, if I could fix this, I'll get a relationship. If I could fix this, then my testosterone levels would be high and I'll be able to get jacked. If I could fix this, then I would be able to become more magnetic to money and the law of attraction would work for me. But the reality was that none of that was really going to happen. The truth is that controlling your out of control behavior is going to make it easier for you to go after these things, but it's not going to be the arrival point. So let's say you decide that, you know what, I'm going to just focus on rewiring my brain and gaining control over my sexual behavior for the next year. There are many men who do that. You do that, but when you get there, you realize that there's nothing special about it. You're not more muscular. You don't have a relationship. In fact, you have more social anxiety than ever. You're worried about talking to women. All you know how to do is control your sexual behavior. And you have nothing else to show for that year. And ironically, that actually causes many men to end up slipping or relapsing. When I was ending my out of control behavior, in that 1.5 to 2 years that it takes to rewire your brain, I was also working on my physique. I was working on my relationship with women. I was working on fixing my finances and just my broke mindset. I was working on building marketable skills that I could use. There were so many things that I was working on, and all these different things had no clear arrival point. So for instance, working on my relationships with women wasn't that, I'm working on my relationships with women so that I can get a wife or so I can get a girlfriend. For me, it was I'm working on my relationship with women so that I can actually enjoy dates and enjoy interacting with women in a healthy way. Eventually, I hope to be in a relationship and a long-term committed relationship, but for now, what I want to do is I want to be able to enjoy being around women in a non-weird way. The same went for my finances and my different skill sets. So I was working on certain skill sets, which were marketable skill sets, because I wasn't doing well in college. So I realized I needed some skill to be able to, be a contributing member of society. And I realized that to gain mastery in this skill was going to take many, many years, possibly decades. And I was okay with that. So now that was something that I couldn't even see myself arriving. I just knew I was going to keep going. The same went for my body. I was like, I want to stay fit for as long as I'm alive. I want to stay healthy for as long as I'm alive. And every couple of years, I just want to be getting better and better and better and better. No clear arrival point. And the same thing went for my sexual behavior. I realized that there was so much to human sexuality that I didn't understand, that there's a spiritual aspect to it, there's a bonding aspect to it, there's just so many things. And I also dedicated myself to learning as much as I could about it. And the process of rebooting was just one step. There's some of you out there who are literally trying to get to that arrival point within a few weeks or a few months. When you hear one of these semen retention gurus tell you about all the amazing things that you can gain, like, oh, women are going to be magnetic to you, and that you're going to have so much masculine energy and you're going to be stronger in the gym. These things have some truth to them, but I'm going to talk about them. It's a topic for another day, and I will talk about that. My point is that when you have rewired your brain, you would have learned so many things about different aspects of your life and of yourself that you will realize how much further you have to go on this journey called life. And that's the beautiful thing about the porn reboot system, is that we will show you how to rewire your brain. But we also understand that because our system works, during that process, you're going to learn different things about different aspects of yourself, and our system is holistic. So when it comes to relationships, when it comes to finances, when it comes to your health, your physique, your social life, all of these things are covered in the porn reboot system as well. Because we know that you're not going to arrive within 1.5 to 2 years, that time that it takes to rewire your brain. So brother, my message to you today is get rid of that mindset of arriving. The moment that you feel that you've arrived is the moment that you're gonna lose everything that you've worked so hard to gain. And if I could put that in one sentence, it would be, always make your ambition greater than your capability. I'm JK, your brother in this struggle. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Now, whenever you're ready, there are a few ways that I can help you end your out of control sexual behavior. The first way is to download a free copy of my book if you haven't. It's called Confessions of a Porn Addict, 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men. And it's the roadmap to ending your out of control behavior. There's a link to download a copy in the description below this video. The second way is to join our free Facebook group. Get yourself an accountability partner, get yourself a free porn blocker, and also get access to me. It's a place where you can ask me questions. It's a place where you can learn from more experienced rebooters. And finally, if you feel that you are at a point where you would like to end this behavior quicker, where you would like a system where you can predict what's going to happen next, or where you would just like to speak to someone on a regular basis who has seen this movie before, who knows what's going to happen to you a month from now, a year from now, and 2 years from now, then you may be a good fit for our group coaching program. And there's a link to speak to one of my team members about whether you qualify for it or not in the description below this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll speak to you later on in the week.